Already this is looking to be a good battle. We got shades. That always makes me happy. And we got scurvy dogs. Alright, HapyPupy. Got it. HapyPupy. Okay, going over the vampire coast of vampire, or HapyPupy. Man, I can't speak tonight. We have 3 zombie pirate deckhand mob. 2 of them with pole arms. We're going to then have some handguns, 2 bombers, and a second unit of handguns. We're going to have some mortar action with 2 carronades, 2 Mournguls, and 3 scurvy dogs protecting that back line. For the leadership, we have Count Noctilus himself on top of his Necrofex Colossus. He is going to be bringing Captain Ross Moondial, Wraith Storm, Arcane Conduit, Invocation of Nehek, and the Drowned Dead. What a lovely model it is indeed. Now for the Dark Elf army, going to be a bit more spread out, a bit more mobile. We're going to have some Dark Riders with shields. Looks like 3 of them. We're going to have some Harpies way back there in the back line. A front line of Bleak Swords, and already the main thing I'm going to say for feedback here is get these guys the hell out of this formation. As soon as you see mortars, do not bunch up your infantry formation like this, because one shot from a mortar is going to do so much damage. I'm going to keep an eye out for it. We have the Dark Shards with shields coming up, taking a lot of damage from that cannon fire and mortar fire. We're going to have a Supreme Sorceress of Fire with Burning Head, as I saw that going off in the distance, with a Fireball, and a Master with Guardian on top of a horse for both of them. Mortars continuing to wreak havoc on top of the Dark Shards, and we'll see if the 2 Shades are able to get into a good position to lay down some fire in the late game, because their stock is really the only thing keeping them alive right now. Over here, we're going to see the Shades going after the Carronade. We will see if the Scurvy Dogs and the Mournguls go after them or not. Right now, it looks like they're going to ignore them and actually start shooting them with the handguns instead. Back here in the back lines, Dark Riders getting on top of the Scurvy Dogs and shutting them down hard, and then getting a nice countercharge on top of these guys. But the Night Terrors are closing the gap, and once they get in there, the battle will completely go the other way. But the Dark Riders looking like they're getting pulled out nicely, should be able to escape just in the nick of time, but the Scurvy Dogs are on their asses, so they will have to turn around at some point, otherwise the Scurvy Dogs are just going to be able to knock them out. So over here, they're crumbling these Scurvy Dogs, but if the Night Terrors get in there and cause terror this close to the edge of the map, the Dark Elves may lose them all in a really unlucky gamble. Oh no, those guys are off the map, and these guys are looking like they're going to be 2 falls. Yep, there they go. 2 Dark Riders off the map. Some huge value gained for the Vampire Coast early in the battle. Now going to the main combat, we're going to be seeing that the Dark Elves are actually doing pretty good in the frontline engagements. You know, Carronades are crumbling out. These mortars are crumbling out due to the work of the Harpies. But the Vampire Coast is really punishing the leadership of the Dark Elf forces right now. However, Vampires are really losing hard in the infantry engagements, and these mortars have done some nice work against Dark Shards, well, at least one of them, but they really need to be punishing these Bleak Swords, because these guys are just ripe targets with how dense their formations are. But at this point, I just don't think the Vampire Coast is going to be able to save that mortar. Carronades looking like they're crumbling out too, and all the while, I didn't even mention these guys, the Reaper Bolt Throwers have been firing away, going to be doing a lot of damage over time. Count Noctilus has been forced back by those Reaper Bolt Throwers, and he's still taking a lot of damage, getting staggered right there. And yeah, he's just not enjoying life too much right now. However, balance of power is still relatively even, going to be in favor of the coast right now. And I think the Mournguls are going to be the differentiator here. Right now, those Mournguls are still very healthy. The Night Terrors, who I just found again, are going to be very, very healthy too. And unless the Dark Elves find a way to deal with these Mournguls quickly, they're going to have nothing to deal with them. And really the only thing they have is the Shades, and those Shades need to be focusing on them yesterday, and right now I just don't know if they're going to have the room to breathe, as Scurvy Dogs keep on pressuring them in the back lines. However, those Scurvy Dogs did just shatter. Maybe that will give them some breathing room to come fire on the Night Terrors. The Dark Elves getting back here, shutting down some Carronades with a very nice play from the Dark Riders. They're probably going to make the ultimate sacrifice to do it, but they just threaded the needle beautifully through the Dark Elf formation. Meanwhile, Count Noctilus may be in some trouble. He has to summon some zombie pirate deckhand mob to block for him so the Master doesn't kill him off. And the Master needs to turn around before he gets stuck in combat for too long. Over here, Invocation of Heck going down on Noctilus, and we have ourselves a ball game here, guys. The Master is definitely capable of killing Noctilus with his bonus versus large. The Fireballs are going to continue doing a ton of work, but the Supreme Sorceress is taking a Shade Wraith to the face. Morgels are chasing after her. She should be able to get away, though, on the steed. So just have to have some smart micro. And oh no, there she is getting staggered. He gats to keep pulling away from those Morgels directly. Unfortunately, he is taking some significant damage as a result. Over here, the Master is getting tar pitted in the most severe sense of the word, just by so many units nearby. And Count Noctilus is just able to continue lumbering around the battlefield unimpeded because there's nothing with any real mass to stop him from doing so. The Reaper Bolt Throwers are doing quite a lot of damage against him still, keeping that pressure up, and you can see the balance of, sorry, not the balance power, you can see his health cap getting close to the limit, and I just don't know. Still too early to tell. I think the Dark Elves, if they get these shades out of harm's way, can maybe pull it off. These Scurvy Dogs will probably crumble out of existence before they can kill them off, but the Morgels are on their ass. We have the Dark Shards shooting at the Morgels, but Morgels just don't seem to be going down. We're also going to see the Terror now kicking in. Bombers are blowing up a lot of the Dark Elf infantry that's been able to get up towards the front, and now the the Master may get pinned in place by the Morgels. There goes another Fireball, doing some nice damage, but there goes another Invocation to Heck, and the Vampires just look like they're going to be able to heal through this and attain victory. However, once again, the Master is coming out. I thought he was going to be good and stuck in that Morgel formation, but now he's going after Noctilus, and Noctilus is running low on HP quick, guys. We see that zombie summon going down, but will it be enough to stop him? No, the Master's going to be able to pull right out of there. However, handguns are now targeting him, and he needs to be playing this so close to the chest. If this guy takes much more damage, then it's not going to be worth it in the end. Looks like we're going to see Bleak Swords and Black Orc Corsairs coming in to support, though. Noctilus taking a huge Fireball to the face, and the Master is just dishing out hit after hit. Will Noctilus go down here? Or will the Master go down first? Oh, it's going to be the hit. There it is. Count Noctilus falling off of his Necrofex Colossus. And suddenly, the Dark Elves have a fighting chance here, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like they're going after the Zombie Pirate Gunnery mob right now. The handguns and the bombers, looks like they're focusing on those bombers first. But they need to delete those gunnery mob, because one good volley from them may be able to kill off the Supreme Sorceress of Fire, and you still have to deal with some Night Terrors. Over here, the generic Morgels are crumbling. They are taking out a lot of the models from the Dark Shards, though, so still getting some good value. But the Reaper Bolt Throwers just continuing to fire away, and right now, the Supreme Sorceress and the Master just need to focus on surviving. And right there go the handgunners. Right here, she is losing decisively. She is down to 300 HP and getting lower, and she just needs to get out of combat. There she goes. She's starting to rout, though. The bombs are crumbling. The Dark Riders with shields have gotten on top of them. The Master is regained his leadership. He's hanging in there. And the Dark Elves may have a chance, but the Night Terrors are going to be so difficult to kill at this stage of the battle, especially if these Reaper Bolt Throwers don't survive to continue that pressure fire. However, they're almost out of ammunition anyway, so it may not even matter. But these Reaper Bolt Throwers, very healthy on ammunition, and they can mount the other artillery's crew when they run out. Over here, Night Terrors coming into combat, trying to help out their infantry, and they will be more than enough to deal with these Black Orc Corsairs and Bleak Swords. Terror Rout should be going in on top of them momentarily. And then over here, the Bombers still in combat against the Dark Riders, but the Master and the Dark Riders look like they're going to be able to win that combat in the end. So we've got a ball game here, guys. And looking in the back lines, though, the Morgels, oh my god, they're crumbling, debilitated, but they're still alive, and they're crushing the back line here for the Dark Elves. And unless these Dark Elves can get one of these Reaper Bolt Throwers online, I don't think they can deal with the ROR Morgels that are still on the field of battle. However, some Shades over here are targeting them, and even though the damage may not be enough to kill them, it may be enough to buy the Dark Elf some time to come over here, kill this damn Morgul, and then get some artillery crews back on top of their pieces, because that's the only way they can kill off the Morguls, and the chances are growing slimmer and slimmer by the second. But look at this, the crumbling is really coming into play. The Master has dived into combat, and these Morguls are going to be going down quick. There they go. They've crumbled out of existence, and the Dark Elves just need to get these guys back on top of their artillery mounts, and maybe they can do it. Maybe. Oh no, the Supreme Sorceress of Fire has routed off the map, though. Without the leadership, this is going to get really tough, and I think army losses may kick in before the Dark Elves get the chance to mount this artillery piece. Oh my god! Yeah, and so right now the Dark Elves, they just need to wait, get on top of this, and pray to God that they can shoot these down quickly enough, and the Master gets an RNG that is blessed by Kane himself, because this is one of those cases where it's like, yeah, there's only one vampire unit left on the field of battle, but holy hell, is it a dangerous one. No, the crew is what carries the ammunition, so these guys still have a couple shots left. It looks like they only have 2 shots left, but where did the other crew go? Oh no, this is the crew I was hoping would come back and mount, because these guys still have a ton of ammunition. They have 18 shots left in their repertoire, which, yeah, it's a shame that it isn't here right now, but these guys firing off their last 2 rounds. They're going to do some nice damage, but unfortunately not kill any models, and the Night Morguls do have the hunger, so they get that replenishment when they're in melee combat. Yeah, these are finals. My bad, am I saying something wrong? But, oh my god. That is so unfortunate. If that other Reaper Bolt Thrower was back here with that full ammunition, then I think the Dark Elves might have a chance. But now it's just going to be, oh, there goes the Terror Route. And the Master's going to come in here, and he's going to get Terror Routed. And, yeah, that's going to be it. But what a close damn game. That was a blast. A Pyrrhic victory to the Vampire Coast. Very good game. Smith, by the way, if you were playing the... Do you want me to change the name to Smith instead of Cell? I didn't realize that was you playing. Alright, updating that scoreboard. So HapyPupy getting a quick 1-0 lead. It's not? Okay, never mind. Cool. Thank you for clarifying. You're not Cell. Okay. So were you just watching the games as a spectator or something, or did you watch the replays already? Either way. Anyway, let's go. You're not that good. Smith, you're just fine. But yeah, both of these fresh recruits are pretty impressive. Playing very, very well for themselves. So probably good that we're getting to the end of the season in the freshly chosen finals, because I wouldn't want these two playing in too many other tournaments based on how well they've played so far. And yeah, just the kill counts from the Morguls, that's really what saved the day for the Vampires. And I mean, that's how close this battle was. Literally, the Dark Elves killed every unit on the Vampire Coast roster except for one. And that's what carried the Vampire Coast to victory. So that was a crazy good game, very close to both players, and honestly, minimal feedback. I think it was just a matter of who made the least mistakes in the end. And bada bing, bada boom, that's how you get a great game. So let's throw up that army blocker and load into the next replay now. See what happens next. He's one of your beloved viewers. Very nice. Oh, that's right. I need to publicize your stream too in the chat. I'll do that right now. No time like the present, because I was planning on doing that anyways. So everybody, I'm not sure even how many viewers we have, hopefully a good number. Make sure you check out HapyPupy. She is also a streamer. Rank 4 motor. Yeah, what's rank 4 motor? Oh, the Scourge Runners? And yeah, of course. My brilliant strategy to win the Fresh Recruit Tournament, to continue being as awful as I am at the game until everyone else wins the tournament and moves up, then I will, by default, the only Fresh Recruit remaining. Well, Havoc. That's one strategy beat. I hope that if you employed that strategy, it never worked, because that would mean that we would run out of fresh recruits, which we better not run out of fresh recruits, guys. We're going to get more and more people into this game, okay? That's the goal. We never run out of fresh recruits. Rip, good to see you, man. And don't worry, you ain't too late. It's a best of 5, and you've only missed the first battle in this best of 5. So, yeah, make sure you guys stick around, and we'll see the rest of this final. Also, I'm going to go give a follow to HapyPupy there. Got to support our fellow content creators. Bada bing, I'm 180th. Okay, so finding that next replay, game 2. Boom, boom, boom. Cool. We have Norska versus Lizardmen. Hell yes. Who doesn't want to see that matchup? That's a classic. The Monster Squads going toe to toe. All right, let's go ahead and start this replay and remove that blocker. Oh crap, what did I do with my red faction? Okay, looks like I'm good. Oh, I would recommend normal if you're relatively new. I mean, maybe easy if you really want. I just feel like easy might get boring quick, because I think it's probably really easy. But if you're like brand new, yeah, start with easy. But I think normal's the way to go. And then once you're a little more comfortable, I honestly think I enjoy the game most on very hard. Legendary just feels a bit too spammy on the AI's part to me. So personally, like, even though I think I'm good enough at the game to play on Legendary, I actually prefer very hard. It just feels better in terms of balancing, whereas like the AI will just like spawn crazy armies out of nowhere all the time on Legendary. But anyway, going over the armies, let's see the Lizardmen here, brought by Cell in red. And wait a minute, I have the scoreboard backwards this round. Did I have it backwards last round too? If so, I'll just leave it as is. So, starting with Cell though, not our red player, we're going to have Temple Guard, looks like 3 of them up front, backed up by 3 Sora Spears with shields. Got some Chameleon Skinks close by, and then we're also going to be looking here at some Sacred Croxagore, supporting a Feral Carnosaur. We've got ourselves a Bastillodon with the Solar Engine up front, and a Slann Mage Priest of Light. We have Net of Mintok, Vaz Protection, Statuette of Spite, Shield of Yoldwans, and Banishment. Now, for the rest of this Lizardman army, we have nothing. That's it. Now, going over the Norsken Army, they're going to start with a little edge in the balance of power already, and we're going to see HapyPupy in blue, not red. Going to have 3 Marauder Hunters with Javelins. We have some Marauder Hunter Berserkers, 1 on either flank, supported by 1 Fimir Warrior with great weapons on either flank. Now, for the center, we have Marauders, with the Icehorn Marauders acting as that center anchor. They are immune to Psychology and have immune to Vigor as well, so not a bad unit to hold down that center for the Norskens. Over here, we got Throg, the magnificent troll himself, the king of trolls. He's going to have Crown of Command, or is that it has a different name. The Wintertooth Crown. So going to give allies in an area of effect unbreakable for 24 seconds. He's going to have a Shaman Sorcerer of Metal with Final Transmutation, Plague of Rust, Syrian Doom, and the Scroll of Shielding. I like this loadout a lot, especially seeing the Lizardman army they're going up against. We're going to have the Beast of Tashnar with some Norsken Ice Wolves pressuring that flank, and I believe that rounds out the Norsken forces. So let's go ahead and get to the game and see what happens. All right. Solar Engine going to start firing away. Looks like it's going to have a swing and a miss right there. But once it connects, it may do a ton of damage. But it looks like the Norskens are going to start redressing their lines, and that opportunity will be lost, because if you can get a shot at an angle like this from the Solar Engine, it can just devastate infantry so hard. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean, clearly mobility advantage. There's no contest in favor of the Norskens. Mercurial, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, this Lizardmen army clearly just going to lean back on their Chameleon Skinks and the Solar Engine and just force the Norskens to them and then hope they can out-tank them with the Temple Guard. And it's a strategy that may very well work. I think the main thing the Norskens have in their advantage here is not only the mobility is almost kind of neutralized because of this small formation here, but they had 3 Marauder Hunters and plenty of rust. So these Marauder Hunters, once they close the gap, the fact that these guys are so blobbed up means I don't think the Lizardmen will have a very easy time of getting out of range of these guys. And also, it opens them up for this lovely final transmutation that's going to catch quite a few units in it. Looks like the Lizardmen are keenly microing most of their important units out of its range, but it's still going to do some nice damage. And now the Marauders have closed the gap and are getting on top of the Temple Guard and the Saurus Warriors. However, the Javelins are now in range, and this is when I think the Norskens, this is what's going to make it or break it for them, is if the Javelins can get their work done. A Banishment coming down right now. 2 of them are going to react in time, 1 of them is not, and it's going to start taking some damage, but all things considered, not too much, merely a scratch from that Banishment. And the Femur Warriors of Great Weapons are now coming into play, and we'll see what they can do from here. But the Javelin's going to continue focusing that Salon Mage Priest of Light, and that's going to be painful stuff. And look at the Salon Mage Priest with Throg coming in to smash him down. The Javelin's there to support. Doesn't have very good armor to begin with at 45. Those Javelins are tailor-made to kill a Salon like that. Do really want to see Norska flexing their mobility muscles a lot more. It looks like they just got the memo, are going to be pulling out, trying to come around the rear here, because honestly, these Beasts of Tashnar at this point can kill off the Salon Mage Priest of Light. Sora's Spears are trying to accompany it and protect it, so some nice prioritization here from Cell as he tries to bring the Lizardmen forces back. But yeah, I just don't know. We have a Net of a Mintot going down on top of Throggy Boy. A Feral Carnosaur is in combat here, but he is getting destroyed by all of these Javelins, and this is just painful stuff. Oh yeah, that Feral Carnosaur is not doing well, taking a ton of damage. And the Solar Engine still doing okay for itself. We have a Shield of the Old Ones going down here. Throg actually looks like he's going to be in a lot of trouble if he doesn't get out of here quick, because the Sacred Croxagore with the Temple Guard are just doing very well at countering him. Other than that, Feral Carnosaur getting pretty far out of range to support the Lizardman army. It's going to be coming back, but it's immediately going to go into a rampage, and it's going to be running towards the nearest Norsken it can find. And that Norsken may be Throggy Boy, and we'll see who does well here. Oh, the Stylodon with the Solar Engine hitting Throg, debuffing his defense because of that blinded trait, so nice play there. And the Croxagore are coming in to support, and the Feral Carnosaur with the Croxagore support may be able to turn the tide against Throg here, especially once the Temple Guard come over to play. And oh my goodness gracious, Throggy Boy is suddenly just taking a 180 in the balance of power here. He is just not in a good place. He is terror routing. He's been completely outclassed, and in spite of a very strong initial start, looks like the Lizardmen are starting to pull this battle in their favor. So Cell is not out of this yet. Feral Carnosaur are going to start routing, and we're going to see Throg here getting netted in place. But unfortunately, with the Carnosaur routing, there's nothing here nearby to punish him. So Salon Mage Priest is going to have to run away. Throg is still netted in place, but the Temple Guard probably won't be able to catch him in time. So we got ourselves a ball game, as I like to say. Looks like it's anybody's game right now. The Norskens with their Femur Warriors over here, still high on models, trying to take care of the Bastillodons. But I think the main strength that the Lizardmen have right here is their infantry superiority is without question. The infantry that the Lizardmen have on the field are just severely outclassing everything the Norskens have left. And I just don't know how the Norskens are realistically going to chew through all these Temple Guard and Spears, Sword Spears, with what they have left. But look at this, the Salon Mage Priest taking a ton of damage. The Shaman Sorcerer here going right after him. Oh, sorry, I just saw something. But yeah, there goes the Salon Mage Priest. Now he is routing. the Bastiladon with the solar engine is killed, and it's just going to be Lizardmen infantry versus the Norskens. And, you know, look at that. Syrian Doom on top of the Shaman Sorcerer. Maybe that will help out. And the Javelins throwing in here, trying to eliminate these guys from afar. This is a crazy close match too, guys, and I cannot believe that both of these games have been so close in this series. We may be here for a while tonight if they keep this up. So balance of power is starting to go closer to even again. The Slann Mage Priest is coming back, but it's low on HP, 355, and the Norsken Warhounds have just gotten on top of them. Looks like they're going to do some nice damage, but the Chameleon Skinks here, Aura of Quetzal is on top of them to help in that combat against the Beast of Tashnar. And now we have Sora Spears coming back here too. And the Slann Mage Priest of Light is one slippery bastard, as you can see here. Retreating into the safety of his infantry and knocking out the Beast of Tashnar there. So a very nice pickup. We have the last Sacred Kroxigor coming over to play right now. Actually, he's running after those Beast of Tashnar. Not going to be able to catch him, but man, oh man, does he look cute as he does. You little cutie. And then that Warhound's going to come up behind him and be like, later. Over here, Throggy Boy is getting back into combat. Keep in mind he has replenishment, so he is going to continue to regenerate that HP over time. Temple Guard are still taking some significant damage, but the Fimir Warriors have that Scroll of Shielding popped on top of them, are really trying to pull out of here, not get caught out. But look, Chameleon Skink's going to hit him from this side, get on top of him, and start slowing him down and cause that poison. So really, this is a crazy close game. I think Norska may have the advantage here, though, as long as Throg continues to heal up. And also, we'll see what the Shaman Sorcerer has left in that repertoire, but if there's another final chance mutation on the table, boom, Slann Mage Priest deleted instantly. And even if that isn't possible, some Syrian Doom plays right now can eliminate a lot of this elite Lizardmen infantry. I just don't know what's going to happen, guys. There goes a Shatter on top of those Marauder Hunters. Looks like the Fimir Warriors are great weapons. We're getting close to the point, too, where they may break. Throggy Boy trying to stay out of combat as long as possible. And now he is coming in, and it looks like he's going to be trying to take a massive swing and kill that Slann Mage Priest just as quickly as he can. There he goes. The Slann Mage Priest is dead, its body disappearing like that of Yoda's, because he doesn't want his undignified corpse laying on the ground. He's going to a different plane of existence, baby. Throggy Boy going to continue trying to pull through this Lizardmen infantry, but I think this is it. The writing's on the wall. Throg is not going to be able to kill off a bunch of Temple Guard and Sora Spears by himself. He is going to kick over a Chameleon Skink, though. That was a crazy good battle. And look at that, guys. We're tied 1-1. I mean, once again, it's another battle where I don't really have any big feedback or anything. I think both players played it well, like crazy well. Seeing here the Norskens use those javelins exactly how they needed to be used, which was deleting units. They're able to destroy the solar engine, and unfortunately that Slann Mage Priest just kept on hanging on by a thread. Feral Carnosaur did get countered pretty hard by them, and yeah, it was just such a close game. Beautifully played to both players, and yeah, this is shaping up to be a really good series, so excited to see both of these players. I'm imagining both of them may qualify just based on performance today to get to the freshly chosen playoffs, so we'll see what happens from here, but so far, two very, very close games, so let's update that scoreboard and throw up the army blocker so we don't spoil anything from here. It was 8 hours in. Oh, man. Yeah. 8 hours in is pretty nuts. It's when you start making all of the tired mistakes. So, 1 second. Have I had the scoreboard backward this entire time? Or was the first battle facing the right way? Anyways, we're going to try it one more time this way. I think the player should be on the right side of the board, and it's going to be Greenskins taking on Tomb Kings. So, excited to see this matchup. It used to be very Tomb Kings favored. But I don't know, the Greenskins got a lot of new toys. All right, Sword of Torgald is the map, and let's get to it, shall we? Ooh, Black Orc Big Boss, Stone Trolls, gotta have them. Okay, so I need to stop putting this map in my pools because it always staggers like this when I come back to do replays or when I'm casting it live. I do not understand why. I hate it. Okay, because it's a wonderful map. It just does this for me, and I'm curious if it does it for anybody else. But, starting with the Greenskins, we got the Moon Howlers, or no, sorry, the Teeth Robbers, the Goblin Wolf Chariot ROR. We're going to be seeing here some Orc Boys, 1, 2, and maybe it. Yeah, just 2 Orc Boys. We've got ourselves the 8-Peak Loonies, 2 Stone Trolls. Got some Orc Boys, so make that 3. We have Savage Orc Biggins, 3 of them holding down that center. 2 Orc Air Boys. We're going to have a giant River Troll Hag, Spirit Leech Mither with Bombardment. We got a Black Orc Big Boss on top of a boar. He's going to be bringing with him Rabble Rouse. I never forget, I always forget the name. I always want to say Demagoguery, but that's the immunopsychology ability of the Blight Scab Plague Pack from the Skaven. But anyways, that's off topic, so let's go ahead and take a look here at the Tomb King army. We have Halberds, looks like 2 of them, 3 Spearmen in the back line, 1 over here on the left flank. With the Kepler Guard, we have 3 Ushapti with Great Bows and 1 generic Ushapti. We're also going to have the Chosen of the Gods Ushapti on the field here. We have Archon the Black on top of his skeleton steed. He's going to be bringing Spirit Leech, Soul Blight, Tomb Blade of Archon, and the Book of Nagash. Or is it the Librum Mortis? Yeah, the Librum Mortis, my bad. And that rounds out the Tomb King force with some carrying over here, and a very nice net of a Mintok from a Lich Priest of Life, who I missed, and so did the Greenskins, apparently. We're going to be seeing the Loons getting cast off here, doing some nice little damage here through this densely packed Tomb King formation. We're also going to be seeing Biona's Time Warp on top of that Lich Priest, so we'll see how that's used. But the Ushapti with Great Bows focusing on the Stone Trolls, doing some nice damage. However, they have not lost any models as of yet, and they do have regeneration. So Savage Orc Biggins are diving in. The Kepler Guard have been engaged with the 8-Peak Loonies, and now the Stone Trolls are piling on. And, oh man, with no models killed, that's going to be a very precarious situation for the Tomb Kings. However, their Halberds should effectively counter Stone Trolls as long as they get in on top of them. Alright, we have a bombardment going down here from the River Troll Hag, going in on top of all of these Tomb King units, doing a nice little bit of damage on the Spearmen, but not really affecting the Ushapti too much. The Greenskin Firepower is in range now, going to be sinking in that Overwatch fire. And so far, the carrying just really haven't done anything, so I'm curious to see what their plan is for them as the game progresses. Over here, we're going to see the Kepler Guard, and yeah, Kepler Guard going to be crumbling, running out of time, and the Spearmen are doing the same. And oh, look at that. the fermented fungi going down on top of Ark on the Black, so he turns right back around, gets engaged, and I just come to think of it, missed the Greenskin Lord, who is Skarsnik, bringing that fermented fungi. Now, other than that, higher level, we see a big old wah going down, and the balance of power is really starting to shift in favor of the Greenskin forces here, as their front line has just been able to crush through so many Tomb King units. However, you now see both Stone Trolls routing, the giant River Hag Troll routing, and a new Shopti summon coming down here that looks like it may... Oh no, it's not going to be able to pin the Trolls in place, unfortunately for them. But yeah, the Ushapti summon going into the back lines, and without the Stone Troll support, this could be very, very rough for the Greenskins. And look at this, the Carrion now being used perfectly, going to chase those guys off the map and just keep the pressure up on top of these Stone Trolls, and those Carrion can single-handedly win the Tomb Kings this game if they successfully chase those units off. Meanwhile, the Teeth Robbers getting knocked out here. A beautiful loon just going through all of these densely packed Tomb King forces. Doing a little bit of friendly fire, but overall I would say getting a ton of value. The Halberds are getting worn down by the Greenskin infantry. And the Ushapti Great Bows, although they are getting a lot of damage in here, the Ushapti summon routing off these Orc Arrow boys. But yeah, this balance of power is now dead even, guys, and it just keeps going back and forth, back and forth. The Carrion continuing to net a ton of value chasing those Stone Trolls off. And yeah, that's a huge loss for the Greenskins, but they are starting to get ahead in the balance of power once again. The Black Orc Big Boss getting Spirit Leeched in combat with Ark on the Black, and the Lich Priest, who he is just smashing. Looks like he's going to do fine in that 2v1 combat, but he is starting to get surrounded by Ushapti now, and we'll see what happens if he can hold on and continue dishing out this crazy damage. Ark on the Black really not looking good. He's down to a mere 332 HP. And yeah, the Greenskins are really starting to pull ahead in this balance of power in spite of losing those Stone Trolls. Yeah, I don't think the Tomb Kings can do this anymore. The Lich Priest and Archon, both at critical binding. I mean, the Ushapti Great Bow is getting a ton of damage. And look at that, the Black Orc Big Boss is starting to rout here. But there goes another Wah, and Skarsnik is very, very healthy. And the River Troll Hag is back and regenerating HP. So Ark on the Black just died there. And I think army losses are going to start kicking in here any moment now that the Tomb Kings have lost their leader. A very nice game there to HapyPupy. Going to take a 2-1 lead now in this best of 5. Skarsnik representing. And HapyPupy, how long have you been playing / streaming Warhammer? You're quite good. Over here, we're going to be seeing Skarsnik, River Troll Hag, the Black Orc Big Boss, doing some good work. I think the Black Orc Big Boss ended up being a bit of overkill just because, I mean, and you couldn't have called it, but there's no terror units in this army, so the immune to psychology didn't really end up netting much value. But overall, I mean, it still felt like the Greenskins kind of had a dominant position there start to finish. There was a moment there where the Tomb Kings were bringing it back, and I cannot praise enough the value of using those 2 Carrion to chase off 2 Stone Trolls. I just want to keep emphasizing that, especially for newer players who underestimate a lot of these units like Carrion and stuff, because they'll get them in combat and they'll die quickly. But the thing is if you can get them on top of routing units, you can get so much value so quickly. And that's like, what? These guys are 1,100 each, so 2,200 points of value from 2 units that I think are 350 each, so 700. So you're getting 3 times your gold value by routing those units off with the Carrion. So beautiful play there. And all in all, I just do think that, you in general, you want to bring terror against the Greenskins. It's not a guaranteed win or anything, but against rush factions like the Greenskins and stuff, it always helps to have terror, in my opinion, just because those little terror routes here and there are really what help you, envelop the Greenskin line. And if not, then you see what kind of happens here, where the Greenskins just chew through your entire army. been playing since mid-February, I think. Started directly in MP. That's the way to go. And I started streaming early June. Very nice, HapyPupy. Yeah, no, that's good stuff. You're on your way. So 4 months, huh? Well, let's go ahead and throw up that blocker and go from there. Now we have round 4. HapyPupy with the Bretonnians. Going to be taking on the High Elves of Cell. Normally considered a Bretonnian favored matchup, but I think it's gotten a lot more even with recent changes. Where are you at, High Elves? Let's use that banner. Did I got it right? Boom, boom. Yes, we do. Let's do that. Move this blocker and get to the battle. So, HapyPupy bringing the Fey Enchantresses and Paladins against Techless. What kind of girlfriend forces somebody not to play video games after the birth of the child? Birth of the child is when I needed video games the most. Are you kidding me? When I'd be staying up all night, having to go in and, you know, change her diaper or do shit all night, I just play video games in between. That's a cruel thing to do to somebody. 200 games for free? Hell yeah. Okay, getting to this battle though. We'll start with the High Elves, who are getting bombarded by a hellish number of trebuchets. We're going to have Spearmen with 2 Silver in Guard holding down the center. Silver in Guard in the back on the flanks as well. Got 2 Silver Helms with shields and 1 Dragon Prince. We've got 2 Eagle Claw Bolt Throwers and 3 units of archers. Now for the Lord, we have Techless, the one, the only, the best High Elf Lord, in my humble opinion. He's going to be on a horse with Bound Fiery Convocation, Potion of Shakroy, Regrowth, Flock of Doom, Enfeebling Foe, Net of a Mintok. Now, for the Bretonnians, we're going to have ourselves 3 Peasant Mob, the Holy Wardens of Masantal with another unit of regular Battle Pilgrims. We're going to have Peasant Bowmen, it looks like 5 of them to be precise. And they're all going to, one's going to be the Pox Arrow variant. I like having that little variation, get that poison. We're going to have Men-at-Arms, 1 on either flank. And we're going to see a Bound Fiery Convocation going through here. And nicely dodged by the Bretonnian player. I like the net in place there on top of the Peasant Bowman, but maybe not worth the full net there to try to snipe out a single unit. Over here, Companions of Quenelle are pushing back against the Silver Helms. We have the double Paladin combo here, both on horses, 1 with Guardian. And then we're going to have the Fey Enchantress with Earthblood, Mist of the Lady, Favor of the Fey, and Regrowth. Over here, Silver Helms diving in the Companions of Quenelle, getting completely outclassed and taking a ton of damage, but pinning him in place so the, you know, repeater crossbows can, the Eagle Claw bolt throwers can continue firing away at them and kill models. So these Silver Helms going to continue pushing forward, running away, and really in a great position now to shut down all the trebuchets and the Peasant Bowmen if they choose so. Over here, the Dragon Princes have won their combat against those questing knights, and so now, you know, the Bretonnians getting a lot of their frontline pressure on and engaging the High Elf frontline, but I have to say the High Elves here are going to be in a distinct advantage because look at this. Sorry, I did that the wrong way, but these Silver Helms shutting down these Peasant Bowmen. They're going to be able to shut down all of that ranged power. Dragon Princes in the back line with no support in sight from the Bretonnians going to be able to eliminate all of those trebuchets, and the front line for right now is doing okay because Silver and Guard are going to completely outclass the Bretonnian Peasant Infantry, and the Battle Pilgrims may not pack enough of a punch to knock through them, especially when these guys do magical damage, and the Silver and Guard have 30% magic resist. So the High Elves here looking like they're going to be in a very dominant position in just a moment here. Techless is going to be running away from the Paladins. He absolutely needs to do that. I think one of the only ways that the Bretonnians win here is by killing Techless. And somehow getting control of the cavalry advantage again. The Companions of Quenelle still very, very healthy, very, very dangerous. So theoretically, it's definitely possible. A balance of power is still even enough for the Bretonnians to win this, absolutely. Especially when they dish out that much damage to Techless. they are actually ahead in the balance of power. Now, I guess I'm just smoked too much crack before this. I'm kidding, kids. Don't do crack. I've never done it, and I never will. But, yeah, Teclis is taking a ton of damage. He has that regrowth pop down on top of him, Potion Shikori, so he should be able to heal back up. And all the while, the High Elves are still flexing that advantage with the cavalry right now. You know, the Bretonnians have the quality when you have the Companions of Quenelle, but the High Elves have the quantity right now. And these Silver Helms and the Dragon Princes have just wreaked havoc in the backlines of the Bretonnian forces. And now the infantry advantage is squarely in favor of the High Elves. As you can see, we're going to have a lot of Spearmen and Silver and Guard left over, and they are going to be key to countering the Companions of Quenelle. And the 2 Eagle Claw Bolt Throwers are still online and have plenty of ammunition, so this is looking good for the High Elves. I think we may be going to a round 5, guys. Oh man, oh man. Beautiful game so far, and coming over here, it looks like Teclis throwing down that Flock of Doom, trying to deal with the Companions of Quenelle, who are getting very low on HP. You have Spearmen keeping these guys in combat. Teclis going down here, Earthblood going down top of the Companions of Quenelle, but now Teclis needs to be careful. In comes the Fey Enchantress, in comes the Paladin, and Teclis is not where he wants to be, but it looks like he's going to be able to pull out to safety now, and the Companions of Quenelle are routing. Silver Helms coming in here. They're going to provide all the mass the High Elves need to keep these heroes safely away from Teclis, and Teclis is going to chase the Companions of Quenelle right off the map, and the Bretonnian infantry and archers are coming back, but they're kind of at a disadvantage now. The High Elf archers are superior. The remnants of the Dragon Princes and Silver Helms are uncontested and just having a field day. I cannot wait to see the kill count on top of the High Elf cavalry after this battle. And the balance of power is slipping further and further in favor of the High Elves. The Trebuchets are gone. One of them looks like he's regained his leadership, but it's a long shot that he'll be able to get over there in time to save his army from this High Elf onslaught. The Mortis Fae doing her best to kill off these High Elves in the blob. But yeah, I think this is going to be it. Look at that. The Grail Relique getting knocked out now too by the Spearman and Dragon Prince combo. And the Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower just having fun shotgunning all of those Peasant Bowmen as they try to regroup. Oh no, Teclis getting caught by a Paladin. Will he be okay? Yep, he's going to be able to start running away. And I want to say he's a little bit faster. 75 versus 78. Yeah, just a smidge faster. Yeah, it looks like the High Elves are just going to be able to, you know, pin these guys in place with the tar pit of all tar pits. And the net of Mintok is going down on top of the Paladin. And the Dragon Princes and Teclis are going to charge into him. Proactive Earthblood going down there. Yeah, I mean, good game. I do think we saw Bretonnia make some pretty key mistakes, mainly with the cavalry. I think, you know, obviously the cavalry on the Bretonnian left flank got destroyed by the Dragon Princes, but then the Companions of Quenelle too on the other side. I just feel like it was a tough spot though from the beginning for the Bretonnians, I think, because what I wanted to say is the Questing Knight should have played it more passively and defensively and just focused on protecting the Trebuchets and the archers and letting the archers and the Trebuchets kill all of the High Elf infantry. But, you know, easier said than done when you have 2 Eagle Claw Bolt Throwers who are shooting your knights nonstop and killing models pretty much with every volley. So, but yeah, and I think that the High Elves, aside from having that nice composition with the nice combination of pressure, they also just really capitalize on that open back line and shutting down all of the archers and artillery. But balance of power still going back and forth. The Fey Enchantress with that Mist of the Lady just continuing to do so much damage over time in these blob engagements. But the Paladin here starting to waver and rout. And, you know, without the Paladins, they won't be able to do it. But Teclis, oh my god, I missed it. Teclis taking so much damage, and unnecessary damage at that. You know, Teclis got to be careful. It'd be a shame if they threw the game right here. But it looks like the Fey Enchantress is starting to waver. And if she routs, army losses will probably kick in from there. Yeah, good game. I think army losses are going to be here any moment now. But as I say that, the paladins, of course, they regroup and start killing off the dragon princes. Yep, this is a true best of 5, guys. Look at this. We have an ace match. I'm always happy to see that. I love ace matches. So fun. But, I mean, just looking across the, stats on the kills and everything here, I mean, the Fey Enchantress did some massive work with her Mortis ability, just sucking the life out of all of the surrounding High Elf Spearmen. But the Cavalry of the High Elves just won that for them so hard. 146 kills on the Dragon Princes, 200 kills on the Silver Helms, only 1 on the other guy, but, life's rough. I'm pretty sure he was the one who was in combat with the Companions of Quenelle early on there. So really just well played there. I like this Bretonnian army, and I think it definitely had a chance of winning, but I do think it required a bit more defensive play, like force the High Elves to come to you. And I think she could have done that by leaning on the trebuchets more. Eagle Claw bolt throwers are strong, don't get me wrong, but they're outranged by the trebuchets, and it's not like they're going to effectively eliminate all the trebuchets before the trebuchets make their money back just by, pounding into the Silverian Guard and Spearmen. And then I think if the High Elves were forced forward, then it kind of could have been a reverse of the situation we just saw, where I think the Bretonnians pushing forward led to a lot of their army getting spread out. There was definitely a mistake made with the Gorel Relique. It was really far back, and I think it may have been forgotten. And if they would have just, sat there and waited for them to move forward, I think they would have been in a lot stronger position, because they really did have the range superiority there. The 5 Peasant Bowmen could probably outgun the 3 archers, especially with the support of some trebuchets. And the 3 trebuchets, I think, when you look at the points on the board here, posed more of a threat to the High Elves than the Eagle Claw bolt throwers did to the Bretonnians. So a great game, a great series, and let's get to round 5. Go ahead, HapyPupy, share the story. Now, let's go ahead and throw up the army blocker as we load up round 5. Havoc 1137, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. Can't believe I thought you were a follower already. I feel like I remember your name, but anyways, thank you for the follow. Now let's go ahead, hit round 5. I guess we don't need this army blocker after all. It's round 5. Nobody knows what's going to happen, and it looks like we're going to have chaos. For what? It's a chaos mirror match. What a way to end it. What a way to end it. You gotta be kidding me. So I'm gonna pause this, update that banner. Man, this with the drama here. We end it with a mirror match. I put Chaos at the advantage in this matchup. But Chaos, yeah, no, never count out Chaos, but I think Chaos has a good chance here. Oh my god, 3 a.m. Damn, cat's destroying your Wi-Fi? HapyPupy, that's no good. Total chaos in this chaos mirror match. Who would have thunk it? Yeah, chaos definitely going to carry the day here, Mercurial, which is a good thing for everybody in the end, right? Now, without further ado, let's get to round 5. Now, for our blue player, HapyPupy, we have Marauder Horsemasters and 1 Marauder Horseman, so 3 in 1. We're going to have Chaos Warhounds and 2 of them with poison, 1 of them without, for a total of 3. We got a Chaos Feral Manticore. We have an Exalted Hero on top of a Manticore with the Mark of Corn. Yes. And then we're also going to be seeing, oh man, what a mobile Chaos Army. Sartorial, the Everwatcher, way back here. Final Transmutation, Plague of Rust, Syrian Doom. Stand your ground, or stand or die. He's going to have a Dragon Ogre Shagath. He's also going to have the Summoners of Rage, ROR. And then, yeah, that looks like it rounds out this Chaos Army. And then for our red player, we're going to be seeing some Chaos Horsemen, some Horse Masters, and a Throwing Axe. So one of each. Or actually 2 Throwing Axes, 1 Horse Master, and 1 Horseman. We're going to have Halberds, 1 on either flank, and 4 Chaos Warriors, or sorry, Chaos Marauders with great weapons. We're going to have a double Dragon Ogre Shagath build here, and we'll have Sartorial the Everwatcher as well, so a super mirror match. Final Transmutation, Plague of Rust, and stand your ground. Societies. Yeah, I like my no infantry armies too, HapyPupy. I always get shit from my mentor, my sensei, Romulan Dog, though. He always tells me to bring those chaff points, but guess we'll see what happens here. I do think this particular army with no infantry is kind of in a good spot. But we'll definitely have to see some very keen micro from our yellow player against the red player here, Cell. And man, what an even matchup between these 2 guys. So these 2, I keep on saying everything in guys and this guy. I'm sorry, HapyPupy. Anyways, I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, so Chaos Force is going to be pushing forward against the Chaos Forces, who are taking their time and kind of just surrounding their prey like a shark on the prowl. And, you know, this can be a very frustrating tactic for a new player to come against, because it must be very frustrating recognizing like you just can't catch anything in this enemy army unless they make a mistake. So as long as they're exchanging fire, it will count as attacking, and it does look like they're getting into position now. And Sartorial, the Everwatcher, is even coming forward to, you know, take a little peek at what's going on. Over here, Chaos Warhounds with Poison starting to threaten the back line. And I think really the main thing that our blue player needs to do to gain the distinct advantage and probably be able to coast to victory is to delete the enemy skirmishing component first with their superior range superiority, and then just, you know, start deleting the targets you want to delete, because they're pretty evenly matched in terms of monsters. Probably, you know, actually not even. It's going to be squarely in favor of HapyPupy because they have the double Manticore with the Shagath. So, I don't know. Over here, we're going to see that final transmutation going down, but looks like they're going to be able to escape it. And red is going full force and actually getting some really good damage done against HapyPupy's skirmish wars. Those terror routes are real, and now if they can continue capitalizing on them by pressuring them with those horsemen, you know, maybe our red player here, Cell, can gain an advantage. Over here, though, we do see that the Chaos Manticores and the Exalted Hero are coming in. These guys are going to be very threatening, and this is exactly what you're looking for as a player when you bring a full mobile army, is this. You see that there's 2 distinct pockets. A lot of units are just dragged out. The formation is not there, and that is when you absolutely need to dive in with your Manticores, dive in with your Dragon Ogres and your Poison Warhounds, and just start punishing them. It looks like you may be doing that now, and this is where you get that value with these super mobile builds, is when you effectively pull your opponent apart. In this case, I think it has to do with the newer player here, Cell, not really recognizing, as you see experienced players do, that they have to keep their formation. They absolutely cannot break formation when you're going up against an army like this, because that plays exactly into the army's hands. They are looking for these opportunities to eliminate units piecemeal. However, over here, a big final transmutation going down on Cell, and we're going to be seeing a general engagement between both of the hero squads with their monsters in tow. Looks like the double Dragon Ogres are actually doing some pretty good work against the enemy Dragon Ogre here from HapyPupy, but the Summoners of Rage, I think, are going to be a big differentiator here. And now one of the Dragon Ogres looking like it's getting left behind to kind of fend for itself, and I don't know if he's going to be able to escape. So if Cell loses one of these Dragon Ogres, I think it's going to be a rough game from there for him. Over here, we have the Marauders with great weapons, rounding off some Chaos Warriors, and now the Marauder Skirmishers here going to continue firing into them, and it actually looks like they're going to get a rout. Over here, looks like Cell, Sartorial, the ever-chosen for Cell, is about to get eliminated by the Exalted Hero and by Sartorial. And I just have to say, the Manticores and the Exalted Hero, just a really good choice here in the blind pick for the mirror-to-mirror, because they just pack such a punch and they're so slippery. However, we will see that HapyPupy's Dragon Ogre Shaggoth is now routing, and the balance of power is dead even. Over here, going to be seeing a Syrian Doom going down on top of these Marauder Horsemasters, doing some nice damage. Looks like they're going to get caught, and all of this combat is happening so close to the edge of the battlefield that every time something routs, it's liable to just run right off the map. Over here, though, you're going to see a lot of the Chaos Infantry just looking worse for wear. Summoners of Rage going to be coming back towards the main engagement. Sartorial, the Everwatcher, desperately trying to run away from these Dragon Ogres pursuing him. And, yeah, at this point, I have to give the advantage to HapyPupy. I mean, Chaos has some infantry left, and the Dragon Ogres stacking up on top of these Chaos Warriors with halberds could very well be an effective tactic to tank their way through this. But Sartorial still exists for HapyPupy, and a final transmutation could absolutely devastate the remaining units here. And then you still have the Exalted Hero very healthy up in the air, along with the Summoners of Rage very healthy as well. And your Dragon Ogre is still alive. Probably it's not gonna be super useful in the long haul. Going to be a bit of a glass cannon at this point with its low HP, but you can still pack a punch. Yeah, Chaos is wrecking them so hard. I always feel like I'm getting everything backwards in these mirror matches, so my apologies if I am. Alright, so they're mopping up some of these routing units. Always important to do that. And it does look like our red player here, Cell, is just starting to regroup. I would actually like to see him get even tight. Oh, never mind. He's smarter than I am. I was going to say that they should get closer together so they don't get cycled to death, but that opens them up for a big, fat final transmutation from Sartorial. So, probably a good play here. Alright, so here it is. 2 full health Chaos Warriors with halberds, some great weapons, along with 2 Shaggoths, both of them below it, half health, versus some wavering Warhounds. We have a tattered Dragon Ogre, but then we have the Summoners of Rage and this Exalted Hero with Sartorial on the field. Who will take it? Alright, Warhound's getting dominated. Gonna be seeing... Oh, the Chain Lightning going down. A nice play from the Summoners of Rage. Unfortunately, not really going the direction I think she wanted it to, but that usually happens with those Vortex spells, but thankfully it's just a bound item. You're not wasting Wisdom Magic. And balance of power slightly in favor of HapyPup, but you can still see red up there. So this is still quite an even matchup, and the thing is both of these guys have such high kill potential that it really comes down to a misplay. You know, for instance, if this Exalted Hero landed erroneously right now, if it was a misclick, if he got stuck anywhere, these Shaggoths can delete him pretty quickly. So this really is very, very close. They're on the knife's edge right now. Alright, so here it goes. Exalted Hero diving in, but then pulling out immediately. And now it looks like Sartorial... No... For future reference, you gotta make sure you're attacking here. That would be a bit of a cycle charge, considering there's single entity models, but we won't dwell on that. What's done is done. But yeah, technically speaking, you'd have to keep a unit engaged or chasing a routing unit in order to fulfill the attacking role, just for future reference. But right now, okay, just kidding. They have the Marauder Horsemasters here expending ammunition, so that is attacking. Take back everything I say. I see these guys throwing their javelins still. Oh, Smith, sorry. I didn't even see your comment too. But yeah, I caught on to that. I'm just stupid. Over here, one of the Shaggoths getting a bit separated, but it looks like he's trying to chase this Shaggoth off the map. And the balance of power is dead even right now. But oh no, that Shaggoth just came back. And now the Exalted Hero just dived into combat. And if this Shaggoth gets a good hit on the back here, oh, a huge hit. And look at that. But there's the final transmutation, baiting the blob combat, and that final transmutation is just devastating the remnants of our red Chaos players' forces. This Shaggoth is routing, that Shaggoth is routing, and we have ourselves a GG and a new, freshly chosen qualifier, HapyPupy. And that is how you finish a fight, ladies and gentlemen. Very nicely played. Sending in that Exalted Hero, getting them to blob up on the Exalted Hero, and killing them off with a final transmutation. And that's why having a caster is such a big force multiplier, because that was a crazy even battle. But as soon as that final transmutation went down, game over. Not even close. So some beautiful games to both Cell and HapyPupy. Cell, better luck next time. I hope to see you in some of the tournaments to come. And guess what, guys? Season 2 playoffs for the Fresh Recruit League are coming up in just over a month, and the same thing for the 1v1 season. So get ready. You'll be hearing from me soon, those freshly chosen qualifiers, as we will be assigning you to a dedicated coach, probably 4 people to a coach, and we'll have those freshly chosen playoffs probably about halfway through August. So hope to see you guys there. And what a good series to both of these players. Maybe I was calling it a bit early. No, I don't think I am. I don't see these halberds winning against this right now. When you have that final transmutation on the field of battle, it's not going to work out. And over there, they are regrouping. We see this Manticore coming out to finish off the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth. One Shaggoth is routing off the map, and now this one is starting to route too. And it's just going to be halberds here. Big Bird is coming. There go the Dragon Ogres. Plague of Rust, I believe. Oh my god, that thing is still coming back. Pesky little Dragon Ogre Shaggoth. Over here, Sartorial coming in with the cycle charges. Summoners of Rage in combat right now, and man oh man. What a fight we have had, ladies and gentlemen. You guys, it's 524 and 425 where you guys are? Damn. You guys are dedicated. Oh man, look at the halberds go. Sartorial's not looking the best. And Dragon Ogres are taking some serious damage. Goodness, what's going to happen? We're just going to have to see in the scoreboard. Look at me calling it too early as these halberds continue to fight valiantly. All of them are bonus versus large. All of them have armor piercing, and all of them have good leadership. But oh, it looks like a rout is kicking in there, and the Monster Squad is going to win, giving a Pyrrhic victory to HapyPupy in the 3-2. Best of 5. Boom, bada, boom, beam, boom. Work night, so we got an excuse. Crazy Europeans. Yeah, I mean, it's like 8:26 for me, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sleepy. But hey, I'm a dad, and I have a job. So I guess I can be sleepy at 8:30. No shame there. Halberd leadership not quite good enough. No. It's a rare thing when infantry will win the game by themselves. I've seen it on plenty of occasions, but it's just like, as long as you have a couple units left and can pin the infantry in place, the cycle charging will kill it. But for instance, if he didn't have those Dragon Ogres, he could have been completely fucked. So yeah, HapyPupy, for instance, if those Summoners of Rage were dead and it was just Sartorial, the Exalted Hero, at the end, then yeah, they would have had to have stayed in combat. They wouldn't have been able to pull in and out, and then I think the halberds could have won. But because the Summoners of Rage were there, staying in combat that allowed Sartorial to pull in and out at his leisure, and that's how you beat halberds. If you just stay in combat with them, they would win. 11:27 p.m. here. Oh, Havoc. You must be on the East Coast. Got some New Yorker over here or something. All my victories were like with 1 unit left. No, I mean, I don't think that's a bad thing to you. I think that's a testament to how great these games were and how well both of y'all played. So, well done. Okay, that's but yeah, I mean, awesome games to both of y'all. That was a pleasure to cast those replays. I'm gonna go make myself some dinner. But make sure you hit that follow button if you enjoyed yourself, and make sure you tune in on Saturday where we'll be casting the Fresh Recruit Tournament live. We'll start out by casting myself playing in Turin's tournament again, and when I get knocked out, we'll go back to the Fresh Recruit Tournament. And then Sunday will be the 1v1 regular tournament. Decided to switch it around this week, so mix things up a bit. But yeah, the level of Fresh Recruits is really high at this point, and we're going to be graduating 32 fresh recruits this season because the top 32 players, based on the winners of tournaments auto-qualifying, and then the next, I guess it will be 12 or so other players will get automatically put into the playoff bracket. And so anybody who qualifies will just graduate, I think, for the most part. So fresh recruits are getting good, and that's what I want to happen, but I don't want the good ones to keep playing in fresh recruit. And I hope that will be kind of a self-enforced culture, because anybody who's appreciated the experience of playing in Fresh Recruit League and getting a chance to get their feet wet without getting dominated by the likes of a Soothsayer or a Falcon, I hope they help, me. It's impossible for me to, vet every single person, but if there's ever people trying to be imposters in the Fresh Recruit League, I won't take kindly to it, and I just think hopefully we can self-police ourselves, because the people who value it and want to get other people involved should understand that an important part of making it fun for those newer players is making sure experienced players aren't spamming, smurfing, and going into those tournaments themselves. But anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and head out. So take care of yourself. Happy puppy. Congratulations again on winning tournament number 9. And yeah, I'll see you guys all at tournament number 10 this Saturday. So my son HW signing out, and I'll see you next time. Also, Jagged Osprey, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. All right, take care, guys. Catch you later.